Right, good morning everyone on this beautiful day, 18 degrees near York, 23rd of May 2023. A couple of caravan sites here. One we stayed at York Caravan Park, about 15 minutes drive from here, and we're having a day out, or an afternoon out at York Air Museum. We're just driving down Halifax Way now, and the interesting thing is that the reason why they call it Halifax Way or Avenue is because this is where the Halifax bombers were actually based in the Second World War. Interesting fact, which I didn't know, the French Airforce were actually based here in 1944, and they flew bombing missions over to France from Halifax bombers, 1944. So we're just entering now Yorkshire Air Museum, get a bit more footage as we go along. So we're at Yorkshire Air Museum. As I was saying, York Caravan Park is about a 15-minute drive from here. The caravan and motorhome park, again, that's around about 15 minutes as well. So if you're staying at the couple of those campsites, then and you fancy a day out on a nice day like this, then it's not too far away. Find a place to park. And we've already booked the tickets. Yeah, £14 each for adults to get in. If you're a veteran, if you can provide evidence that you are a veteran, then it's £10 each to get in. Best if you pre-book your tickets. Now they do family tickets as well, but I don't know how much they actually cost.
Tank.
Yeah, there's a tank there.
Oh, you're parking in there.
I'll park here.
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to park up now, and see you later. Well, actually, no, before I say that, I'm just going to drive around the car park a little bit. There's a couple of things there which might show up on the video. What's that one then?
Yeah. So there's a thing there. You go on the inside, you go around it.
Yeah, and we'll just turn around here and then go and park up. And we'll speak again later. Come here, Caroline.
What?
What's that?
Tank.
It's a tank.
So,
Oh, you're clever.
so I
Comment from the missus. What's a tank doing in an air museum?
I think I've got a point.
There's the back of a couple of planes there.
Well, maybe. Flown with the Navy.
And Caroline's a bomb.
Oh my. Yes, that's dear. You don't imagine them to be that big, do you?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Do you know why they're that big?
Oh, let's see with it.
So they can make a big bang.
Yeah, I know, but you just think that. My head to do it.
Mark II bomb and a Mark IV bomb. Anson Navigation Trainer. Okay, we're now looking at Concorde's engine. British Airways.
You now. Button in. Held. And it's come out. TG2 rising. That's a good start. Thank you. Just come inside. Thank you. That's a good start. Okay.
And this is Caroline, she's just joined the space race to Mars.
All lights out at the back.
I think these must be flying on autopilot, Caroline.
Now am I clear to start number 2?
Do you know why I know? Because there's no pilots in the sites.
Okay, you've got fuel, air supply, safety ground cooling, number 2. Okay, start number 2 now. Sure. Yeah, have your station. Steady green. Number 2 needs to be caught ground stop. And you have fuel flow. Okay, TG2 rising. Oil pressure rising. Oil pressure lights out. And turn the front by 45. And lights out at the back.
We got it to Flying Flea, homemade plane from 1933. Had a few problems because if you didn't fly it properly, basically you crashed. Excuse the background noise, they're rebuilding a plane. And this one is the Oster Air Observation Post. Has flown over the Battle of the Bulge. I made that up, by the way, but it does look like the plane in the Battle of the Bulge in that scene, if you've seen the Battle of the Bulge film. I hope you're enjoying this little look around the Yorkshire Air Museum. I'm looking over there at the Dakota there. I think that's what the airborne used to jump out of. A few other planes. I've got the Meteor here. Looks like an RAF trainer there. I've seen them around. Seen them around a few times, a few years back. Got the Victor bomber there. And the Nimrod. Got the barracks over this side. Picked a nice day for actually coming round. We'll have a look around down that way in a minute. There's a couple of tornadoes down that way. Silver Star trainer jet. From the Royal Canadian Air Force. here we've got a Mirage 3 French superjet. Those who served in the Falklands during the war might remember this one. This is the one that used to fire the exocets of the British ships. Flew from the Argentine mainland. The disadvantage of it was that once it got to the Falklands, it was at the end of its range, so couldn't spend much time in the area. One Mirage was shot down by a British Harrier and another was lost to friendly fire. In service with the French until between 1956 and 1994. There's another one over there, another Mirage. This one is the Mirage 4. This one can carry a single nuclear bomb. Nimrod Max. Designed to hunt down Russian submarines in UK waters. And here we have the Halifax bomber. Mostly flown from this airbase anyway, RAF Elvington, 1944, by French heavy bomber squadrons. To be honest, that's the first time I'd ever heard of that. I never realised the French were actually involved in things like that. The French heavy bomber squadrons. They were formed at RAF Elvington, York from June 1944 until October 1945. Briefing board for bombing mission 23rd of November 1944. Take off 10 to 8, set course. Bomb target 11:30. And one of the many gliders that flew into action on D-Day. Transport glider. Called the Hadrian. This is a very interesting story. I've mentioned it already a couple of times in this short video about the French squadron that was actually based here in 1944. Now this is their bomber, Halifax bomber. Now it's something I'm going to look into in a little bit more detail because it does sound like a very interesting story. Because nobody ever talks about what the French did, RAF wise or whatever. It says on the information board that the French Airforce fought right through sort of North Africa and Tunisia, that sort of area. And then in 1943 they were shipped to Liverpool to begin intensive training or retraining with RAF Bomber Command, and then ended up at RAF Elvington, where we are now, the York Air Museum. Ended up here on the 16th of May 1944 and then started flying missions out of here. Operational from the 1st of June 1944, attacking enemy gun positions in Normandy during the night on 5th of June, prior to the D-Day invasion, and attacking V1 and V2 rocket bases in Northern Europe. The last mission was on the 25th of April 1945, and they made in total 2,834 sorties. Yes, definitely something to look into further. Yeah, it's not a part of the history of the Second World War that I ever knew about. Messerschmitt ME-109, German fighter. Okay, so what's the story behind this rabbit then, on this Halifax bomber? Well, it was the crew's mascot. And here it is, Capitan F. Marshall, pilot 346 Guyane Squadron with his crew's rabbit, which flew with them. So every time they went into combat, they took the rabbit with them. Okay, so we're going on Warrant Officer George Astley, MBA RAF, on his plane, on his Dakota. Do it quick, because apparently there's a school visit coming on this in about 10 minutes. And this is where bombs on seats were for the paras. It's quite steep, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I tell you, well, the reason why it's steep is so they actually fall out the back, and they don't jump out, they actually fall out.
Oh, it says, did you know that the seats fitted in the aircraft were designed by paratroopers who weighed approximately 13 stone? If weighed over this crew, you could please.
Okay, everybody stand up. Red light on. Hook up. Right, let's go. Green on, out the door. No wonder it's so steep, just fell out the door. Oh, we're just going in the Nafi now for a cup of tea. Right, we're in the Nafi now, waiting for the bar to open. Okay, so we're in the Nafi now, and we're having coffee and cake. What's your coffee cake like?
Nice.
Very nice. Yes, I'll eat mine in a second then. Does it remind you of a Nafi? Yeah? This is the original Nafi that was here in the Second World War. Apparently the crews used to come in here before their bombing missions and when they're off duty, obviously. It's still in its original condition. Building 13, French officers' mess.
The coffee cake is lovely.
Okay, so we're going in there, have a look at, see what the French are up to. Bonjour. Okay, welcome to the French officers' mess. So between April 1944 and October 1945, 2 French squadrons were based on the site. RAF Elvington, integrated into Royal Air Force Bomber Command as 346 and 347 squadrons. Yeah, Caroline, there's a guy over there on the sofa.
In the bed. Oh, brilliant. That's not so bad. I swear that's not so bad. Yeah, that's not so bad. It's up to take trade off.
It looks French, doesn't it? I don't know whether you heard that, but the wife just blasphemed on my video. I've told her off not to use such language. Cat looks comfortable. Building 9, Bomber Command. Okay, following on the theme which I've found out about the French being here, RAF Elvington, home of the French squadrons, nicknamed Le Petit France by the people of York. All the people on this site were French between May 1944 and October 1945. In total, 2,300 people. This is the main railway station in Hanover after a bombing raid. Where were you then, Caroline? Were you in the middle of the station? Caroline actually looking at this picture with great interest as she worked at the hospital in Hanover. Just a little giggle at myself. Basic error. When they say camera action and then they do the clapperboard thing, you're supposed to press the start button to video. I didn't, so I've just walked all the way around the memorial gardens thinking I was videoing, and I wasn't. So here we go. We'll go again. We'll call that the dry run. Following on from the French theme, here's a memorial here. Here was stationed 1944, 1945. Groupement de bombardement number 1, numéro 1, comprising the French squadrons Guyenne, don't know whether I'm pronouncing that properly, and Tunis RAF squadrons 346 and 347. Ici, stationné en I've just walked into a propeller. Luckily it wasn't moving. This area is the Air Gunners Association.
Behind her bomb doors, the Halifax can store away a maximum bomb load of 5.5 tons, which gives this monster a fully loaded weight of 27 tons.
So we've had a very interesting day spent at York Memorial Air Museum. If you fancy a walk around, it's got a nature trail as well. So I've just had a little walk around, very nice and quiet. It's on the edge of the main airfield. There's an event on today, some time trials for fast motorbikes. I've just been watching them going up and down at over a couple of 100 miles an hour, I think, some of them. Yeah, so it's a nice little nature trail as well. So, nice cup of coffee and a cake, and then walk to behind the hangars, and then you can walk around the nature trail. It's a bigger area than what you think. Proper big airfield. Hello people. This is me and Caroline looking up through the trees. It wasn't my idea, by the way. I wouldn't do something so stupid.
You've got no imagination, have you? Just pick it.
Okay, so fitting finale to our visit to the Yorkshire Museum. Your ticket lasts you 12 months, so you can come back again free of charge if you want to. It's been an excellent sort of afternoon. Well, actually, what time did we get here?
About half 11.
About half 11. It's half 11. We're going to get locked out because it shuts at 4, so it's nearly 4 o'clock now. So if you allow a minimum of 3 hours, I would say, preferably 4.5 hours to take it all in. There's a good Nafi there, otherwise known as a cafe, to break up the day as well. Okay, so I'll say bye for now. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little look around the Yorkshire Air Museum. Do you want to say bye for now, Caroline?
Bye bye.
Bye bye.